Another thing I did, an upgrade, when I first moved out here, living in the RV, it was cold as hell, and that first winter the furnace was not operational because the propane was leaking, and so I didn't have any propane heat to go to the furnace. So I started figuring out other ways. I had a Mr. Heater buddy that I had used for a couple of years in the green trailer, and then I got that Dynaglow wall furnace. But the first winter I probably went through somewhere between 30 and 50 1-pound tanks, and I learned after the first 10 that it was much cheaper to refill them than to constantly be buying new ones, so that's what I started to do. I got a refill adapter thing, cost like $10, and then after that I was able to refill 1-pound canisters for, I figured, about 50 cents a piece. So like I said, I went used between 30 and 50 that winter, keeping the RV warm. Did that for the first 2 winters. I cut down a little bit the second year because I did have the furnace operational at that point. So since I've been living here in the cabin, all of my propane use has been on my stove. I think I still have the same 1-pound tanks on the Mr. Heater Buddy that I put on it last year, getting ready for winter. So, I go through a tank in my cook stove, well, I don't know, maybe every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, I have no idea, I never really cared. So I got me a hose to connect directly to the tank and run inside, and hooked up directly to the camp stove. So no more refilling those little bottles. I've got 8 or 9 of them filled up inside, ready to go. This was full from last winter, early last winter, when I was getting ready for, I didn't know what to expect here in the cabin. So I just hooked it up to there, and it's been running beautiful. And if any of you have ever had a problem getting the flame to go to just the right height when you're trying to turn it down, and it always goes back up too high, don't have a bit of problem with that when it's hooked up to a 20-pounder. With those 1-pound tanks, invariably could never get it set low enough. Could never get it set low enough to not get whatever I was cooking to boil too quick. So it's nice. And now when I'm cooking my pizza, I don't have to worry about running out. That was always a big concern. Cooking a pizza and halfway through running out of propane. And I have a visitor here. Look at that tail. I just love that tail, how fluffy and wavy it is. So that's one of the projects I got going on. Another one is I bought a new inverter. Got it for backup. I'm going to swap it out and put in the new one and save the old one for backup. My old one is an Ames 2000, 4000 watt inverter, been running flawlessly all this time. My new one is a Gandel 2200 watt, 4400 watt inverter. But my thought was I better get it while I can, because that's one of the few things that there's absolutely no way I can make. There's lots of things around here I can't make, that if inverter goes out, the whole solar system is crap, so. And then I finally got some boards for doing the surround on the windows and the ledge at the bottom inside the cabin. I've got them ordered. Don't know for sure when they're going to be here. I know sometime this week, along with all the rest of the parts to finish the propane hookup. But those are 3 projects I thought of right after I announced my vacation a couple weeks ago, or a month ago. So I've been working on those slowly. Fortunately, I've had all this time to work on the propane line, because digging that trench, because I don't work very long, very hard, very fast. It's probably taken me, I know it's been over a week, so probably close to a week and a half. So I'm going to go put the piping in the trench. Unfortunately, I got nobody here to film it, so you just have to see it when I got it all in. All right, got the piping all laid in from this end where I had the fitting done. Unfortunately, I can't dig that corner down any farther, because that's where the cement block or plug is that I have that holds the anchor that holds the cabin down. So I started chopping down there and ran into a whole bunch of cement, so there's not a whole lot I could do about that. I've already got some of the sand piled over it to hold it in place. Took me maybe 3 minutes, 5 minutes to come out here and lay it all down like this. Whereas if I was doing black pipe, it would have taken me an hour because of all the connections and fittings and angles and corners and everything else. And of course I wouldn't have been able to dig it curved like that. But I got sand on that pile there to hold it. But it's coming up here. Like I said, it's going to go up right onto that wood stake there. So all this extra, I mean, I think I only needed about 30 feet for there, 35. So I should have 60 feet. I don't know if that's 60 feet left, but I'm assuming that's what that should be left over if anybody needs it. It's super easy to put together. We'll find out if it develops any leaks. It's about as difficult as connecting two hoses with a fitting in between each hose. I mean, that's it. It's very easy. So, well, I'm going to get back at it. And there's my Ruger guarding the solar panels. So he's doing his job today. But, yeah, I haven't got it tightened down yet. I said I'm still waiting for a couple more pieces, but that's basically done. So now I'm going to, from that point up to here, I'm going to fill in the trench because that's all one solid piece. So there shouldn't be any leaks there. And I'm going to leave, hey, can't see crap in my viewfinder. I'm going to leave this one, or this end and the other end totally open until after I get it all hooked up so I can check for leaks. But like I said, this basically splits these two propane tanks, and then the other one's going right over there. So I'll have 3 propane tanks. That, like I said, it's just a matter of putting that elbow fitting in there and screwing it down. I mean, it's so easy. It slips right in, you know. So, and yeah, now I'm gonna start burying in the trench. And Susie keeps coming over to help me, but I can't find anything for her to do. And Remy is doing what she does best, so. Except at night. They don't like to sleep at night. They like to just bark at night. So last night, for some reason, they were quiet as could be. I slept for 9 hours. Only got up once. So. Alright. I got the piping itself buried all the way over to here. And I got them Got the ends kind of hidden behind pallets. I don't think they're rated for sun exposure, so I'm trying to keep the sun off them. So, and I'll finish it off when I get the rest of the pieces.